Are you the guy you talked to about a giant movie poster?
I guess I can be. What do we got?
Can I lay it out here?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me come around.
You now have a life-size blonde Lucille Ball.
It's huge. Fred Astaire, Judy Garland, Red Skelton. I mean, this is like the Ocean's 11 of musicals right here.
I have a 1946 Ziegfeld Follies poster that's called a 6-sheet. It's 81 inches by 81 inches. It's huge. So I was looking to get $7,000 for it. There's only 2 of them in the world, so it's not like there's a lot of comparable sales of them.
So where did you get this thing at?
I bought it at auction about 4 years ago. Part of what makes it interesting is if you notice the signature over there, it's Petty art. Petty was probably one of the 2 most famous illustrators in the United States because they put Petty girls on the side of bombers.
Plenty of illustrators drew pinup girls in the 40s and 50s, but there's something special about the way George Petty painted them. Or like the naughty girl next door, which isn't really something you expect from Lucille Ball, but it totally fits this movie. So how much are you looking to get out of it?
$7,000. I've been told by a knowledgeable collector there's only 2 of these in the world.
I don't doubt that it would be rare at all. They tore these things down and threw them away and to put up another movie poster when another movie came out.
So they did.
And especially these giant ones. I mean, this is almost like a damn billboard. I got a few concerns with it, my man. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat. It's huge. It's gonna cost a fortune to frame. It's gonna take up an entire wall of my shop.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure how collectible it is.
But it's the greatest production since the birth of motion pictures.
And it doesn't say easy to sell right underneath it.
No, it doesn't.
You mind if I have a friend come take a look at it?
No, more the merrier.
I'll be right back, friend.
Okay. I'm very happy they're calling in an expert, partly because he's a kindred spirit. It's someone I can talk to posters about.
I called up my buddy Dave to come check out this huge Ziegfeld Follies poster that this guy's trying to sell me. Dave's a really big movie poster collector, and he'll definitely know if it's real and what it's worth. And maybe he'll have a few tips on how I can display this thing.
So, Ziegfeld Follies. This is a very nice 6-sheet. This is gorgeous. It appears to have just, you know, typical restoration, nothing major.
How do we know it was restored?
You can see little traces of it. That's typical. You just minor paper replacement, but again, that's very typical for a poster this size and a poster this old. So the restoration is really not a factor at all when you're evaluating this for sale. It is super rare. However, there's not too big of a market for posters that are this size. You know, there are collectors who collect large posters like this, but most collectors prefer smaller posters. They prefer the 1-sheet.
So what's something like this go for?
Well, I did some preliminary research, and this poster has sold at auction about 3 or 4 years ago for about $4,200.
Was that when you bought it?
That's when I bought it.
And I know that it sold privately about 6 years ago for about $3,500. So I think if it came to auction today, it would probably sell for between $3,500 and $5,500.
Okay. I really appreciate you coming down. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, good meeting you.
Good meeting you.
You got me in a predicament here. I mean, I'm literally gonna have to remove stuff from the walls to actually display this thing. But I do want it. I'm thinking $2,000. I mean, you're gonna have to lose some money on it. Could you go any more on, or?
4,000, but I'm not
Would
gonna...
you do 3?
No, I know I can sell it for more than that.
Can you go 32? I think that's the most I can do.
Can't do it.
You can't?
do it. Sorry.
I hate to lose it, but I guess I'm gonna have to pass. But I appreciate you bringing it down.
Well, been fun.
Hey,
Okay.
if you change your mind, I'm always here.
Okay. Now I guess I gotta roll it up and drive her home.
If you sold it to me, you wouldn't have to.
Oh, good.
Mr. Brown and I got along famously.
Why he tittled through a pass, I caught the ball myself.
It's got a name engraved on it.
How did you end up with this?
Sounds so fun.